Welcome back to Skyway Bound presents Fly Tampa Fly. Thanks for joining us today on Fly Tampa Fly. Fly Tampa Fly is an aviation news program that exists to inspire and grow the aviation and small business community in the Greater Tampa Bay area. While current videos are news focused, we are always looking to highlight small business owners with an aviation-centric entrepreneurial mindset. Our goal remains to grow a community of like-minded people who are looking to grow profitable aviation-centric ventures while staying on task with a greater purpose. If you happen to know somebody, know of a startup that has that kind of focus, please connect with us. We'd love to share their story with our growing community. So thanks for joining us today. I'm toying around with an outro. I've got it written down. And yeah, I'm just trying to make improvements one day at a time. That's the best way to do it, is just kind of jump in and just make stuff up and just do it. See what works and see what doesn't. All right, so we got some news for you guys today, and I am going to get to it. Boom. Bam. All right, first we're going to start on a somewhat of a somber note. We just went through two storms here in the Florida area. Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. I was fortunate. The only thing I lost was I got my investments got hit. But there are people who lost their primary homes, and we want to make sure we keep them in your thoughts and prayers. I mean, there's people that lost real stuff, and yeah, it sucks to lose an investment. It really hurts. But my family is safe. We still have a roof over our heads, and we are doing okay. With that said, I wanted to highlight this National Business Aircraft Association or Aviation Association. I think it's Business Aviation Association. They during times like this, they mobilize what's called their Humanitarian Emergency Response Operator Hero Database in response to the aftermath of any kind of storm or disaster. And what they do is they allow specifically government agencies and non-government agencies to tap into the business aviation world of people who own jets and other aircraft and helicopters and things like that, things that can assist with any kind of relief efforts and help them fly supplies, people, and whatever into places that, say, your commercial airliners couldn't fly in because they're too small. So this, it's a disaster, but good things come out of disasters, if you will. I mean, that doesn't really sound good, but it's really amazing to see how many people really rise up. There is still good in the world. How about that? In short, there is still good in the world. So don't stop believing, and there is still some good in the world. Keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers that have been affected by that. All right, here's our question of the day. A steady red light. This has to do with the light control signals. A steady red light from the control tower to a flying aircraft is an indication of A, fly at a faster speed. Who doesn't want to fly at a faster speed? Do you feel the need for speed? I love to go faster. Or B, give way to another aircraft and continue circling. Who wants to do that? Or C, airport is unsafe, do not land. It is a red light, so we'll find out. Stay tuned. All right, let's move into some general aviation news. So recently, the FAA published a rule removing CFI expiration days. I am a certified, CFI stands for Certified Flight Instructor. I am a certified flight instructor, and there's an expiration date. Now, for most of you, that doesn't really mean anything. For the instructors, it just means you don't have to receive a new certificate in the mail every time. You still have to do the steps to renew your certification, if you will. But you're not going to receive a new certificate in the mail once you get that certificate that doesn't have an expiration date. So There's probably some cost savings there to not mailing people new certificates. But anyway, there you go. There's some basic FAA news about flight instructor certificates. It's not something that affects most people, but you know, it's news. That's what we do here. The FAA. Oh yeah, so the world of electric vertical takeoff and landing. It's happening. There are some setbacks of which we'll get to in a couple of slides, but the FAA released their special federal aviation regulations for the integration of powered lift and pilot certification and operations. Let's see what my notes say here. So I'm a member of AOPA, Aircraft Owners and Pilot Association. I think that's what it stands for. Anyway, they lobby for you with regards to the rules and regulations and policies that are going to affect your ability to have a good time and fly in the lower 48 and the other two. Anyway, an organization named General Aviation Manufacturers Association. So they came out with these. They came out with these rules for this electric vertical takeoff and landing platforms that are coming. And this association, they kind of served as the conduit for people to submit their questions and the industry to submit questions and submit them to the FAA. The FAA has come out with a nice 800-page document. It's a little great bedtime reading that enables operations for you to fly a eVTOL under Part 91, Rules for Private Operations, Part 135 for Commercial Operations, Part 136 for Air Tour Operations, and Part 97 for Special Instrument Procedures. So they're coming up with the rules basically for you to fly in these small aircraft, and that's the whole point of the slide. I'm taking too long, so I'm going to move on pretty quickly. What's important is these rules are arriving just in time as eVTOL companies such as Joby and Archer Aviation, not Lilium. I'm hinting. Anyway, there's companies coming online that are going to start air taxi services by about 2025 is when they're looking to start. So that world is coming, and they needed rules, and they came up with rules to do that. Okay, here's something that probably won't affect most of you. This was very interesting. The FAA recently announced a filing in the Federal Registry of a document, a final rule that states it will open up several areas of operations, enabling pilots to credit flight time towards civil regulatory requirements. So for this one, this is like a random. Well, for most of us, this doesn't affect. What it comes down to, like if you use your aircraft to say do something like a rescue operation or something, or you get contracted with the government, that's where this kind of applies. The new ruling allows pilots conducting public aircraft operations, and if you're doing public aircraft operations, you're working with like some sort of entity that's not the FAA, typically some other government entity like the military or law enforcement. And this, if you're not operating under official FAA, I guess FAA rules, because sometimes they operate under their own rules, that flight time technically doesn't count. Under this ruling, your time in those situations would count. I'll put a link in the description below, and if you're somebody that's looking to enter that world, this discussion is very important for those of you who are looking to get into the world of government contracting, whether it's with the Department of Defense or whether it's with local law enforcement or some other municipality. This yeah, most of you guys don't care. All right, we briefly talked about this a while ago. The FAA, so the FAA a while ago was, they put out a rule saying that you couldn't do remote, like you couldn't train people remote for their mechanic certificates, AMP certificates. However, they received a lot of pushback from the various lobbying industries, such as Gamma, who we just talked about a couple slides ago, and other industry organizations. Let's see here. There was a lot of opposition. That's what it comes down to, with the maintenance community saying it means a supervising mechanic must watch every move of a non-licensed individual performing maintenance. And these organizations are trying to help people get into aviation, and they felt that the rule was a little bit too onerous. It doesn't allow us to help people get into the world of aviation. That's what these organizations are there to do. So if you're looking to get into the world of aviation, looking to start some sort of business, you definitely want to join professional organizations. I am a member of the National Business Aviation Association and the Florida Association Aircraft, FABA, whatever FABA stands for. It's either Aviation Business Association or Association of Business Aviation in the state of Florida. But these associations kind of help you network and learn more about the industry, and then kind of find where you're going to fit within the overall industry. There is a place for you. You just gotta network and meet people and talk and learn and figure out where you're gonna fit in. All right, here we go to this side. Dun dun dun. EVTOL stocks, they're not doing so well right now. And in particular, Lilium, if you invested in them, which I did, it was pure speculation. I was hoping, but those son of a biscuits, they're terrible business people. I'm hot because I really had hopes for them. I love their design. I just think it's a great design. But they are turning out to be the beta in the world. Like beta technically was better than VHS. VHS cassette tapes, for those of you into video. But VHS beat out beta. So Lilium is the beta of the eVTOL world. I like them. I think they're better than all the other designs. But they lost. And I lost. So there you go. So now I got to move forward and look for the CD version or the streaming version of whoever's going to beat out all of these guys in the future. So that's what I'm looking for now. But it is what it is. Yeah, none of them have any past performance, and whatever. I lost. A lot of people lost on Lilium. I hope that they figure something out in the future, but they're never receiving any of my money ever again. Of course, they probably won't even be under the name Lilium in the future, so it doesn't even matter. All right, there's a French electric aircraft manufacturer. They have chosen, French aircraft designer and manufacturer of electric aircraft will build a 500,000 square foot manufacturing and assembly plant in Volusia County at Daytona Beach International Airport in Florida. The faculty will manufacture and assemble hybrid electric regional aircraft with the goal of producing 100 a year. Construction is expected to begin in 2026, and the plant is estimated to be operational in the fourth quarter of 2026. I bring that up because if you're looking to get into this world, this is the impact you can have. Essentially, they're building a plant, they're manufacturing here in the good old US of A, and they're creating jobs. If that's what you want to do, you can do it. It'll take a lot of work, but you can do it. You have my support. I don't have any funding because I lost it all to Lilium. Lilium's bankruptcy or future bankruptcy. They haven't declared bankruptcy on the whole company yet, but you can tell I'm a little annoyed with Lilium right now. Disappointed disappointed. I'm disappointed in those guys. All right, here's some aviation events. November through January. We're rolling into the holiday season, so we're starting to get fewer and fewer events. But this should get a little bit bigger and broader as we get towards January and 2025 starts to roll around. All right, scholarship opportunities are always available with the FAA. And we'll put a link in the description below. Those of you who are looking to get into the world of flying, and sometimes you can find scholarships for, I don't know, like air traffic control or A&P mechanics or avionics. So just be open and look for, go get it. Go look for whatever you're trying to accomplish. I guarantee you there's some sort of scholarship or some sort of grant out there just for you. More scholarship opportunities. We'll put the description in below. NAFI, I wanted to highlight this. The National Association of Flight Instructors, they have a scholarship opportunity for those of you who already have your licenses and licenses. It doesn't matter. If you have a license, or 2 or 3, specifically if you're commercially rated with your instrument, and you're looking to become a flight instructor, the National Association of Flight Instructors, they have a deadline of January 3rd, so we'll put a link in the description, click on it, and maybe you'll get some money to go get that next. Say if you're already a CFI or you're pursuing your CFI, get your CFI. If you're already a CFI, get your CFII or some other form of instructor certificate. Just give it a shot. All they can do is say no. Or ignore you. They're not even going to say no. They'll just ignore you. There's nothing wrong with that. The association, the Aircraft Owners and Pilot Association, they've got a scholarship, and this is more than instructors. This is people who are looking to get into aviation in general. And that deadline for that scholarship, we'll put the link in the description as well. That is going to be February 7th. So, yeah, all they can do is ignore you. All right, let's get to our question of the day. Don't have prizes yet, but we will in the future. Mark my words. A steady red light signal from the control tower to a flying aircraft is an indication, and in this world, for those of you who aren't in aviation, you've lost radio communication for whatever reason. And you can still fly to the airport that has a control tower. And they can shoot light signals to communicate with you. So that's what we do in the world of aviation. We have a contingency plan for a lot of things. All right, a steady red light signal from the control tower to a flying aircraft is an indication of fly at a faster speed, which I root for, but it's not the right answer. Give way to the other aircraft and continue circling, or the airport is unsafe, do not land. And survey says, a steady red light signal from the control tower to a flying aircraft is an indication to give way to other aircraft and continue circling. And you can find these answers in the Aeronautical Information Manual. So there you go. That's it for today. So let's move on, and I would like to go and thank our sponsors real quick. First of all, I want to give a shout out. Yes, I did make an outro, by the way. We would like to give a shout out to our sponsor, Mind My PC. They're a cybersecurity outsourcing solution for any of you, solopreneurs and small businesses, of course. 24/7, they are available, and what that gives you is a peace of mind that you can focus on what you do best. If you don't want to be an IT or cybersecurity professional and you are doing something else and want to focus on that, give us a call, and I'll hook you up with my friends at MyMadePC, and you won't have to deal with that. And you can focus on what you do best and make money at what you do best. And enjoy your life, by the way. Oh, that's Jetline Systems. I'm sorry. Okay, let me do this. There's MyPC. There you go. Give them a call. All right, let me go back to Jetline Systems too. All right, we also want to mention our sponsor, Jetline Systems. They provide flight simulation technologies, and their purpose-built computer systems run flight simulation systems in essentially any of. They make really good flight simulators. They can do it on a personal level, or they can do it on a high-end business level. They work with universities and the U.S. government. They do it all. They're really good. All their systems are hand-built, stability tested, benchmarked, and optimized to maximize performance and stability with the flight simulator software of your choice. They are also the North American distributors of virtual flight control products and virtual flight simulation systems. Oh, my notes didn't. Oh, son of a biscuit. They did not. Oh, no wonder my notes didn't get there. So Verpo Controls, they make high-end flight controls, and if you're like really into simulation, you want to check these guys out. They make very sturdy, good stuff. Their mission, Verpo Control, their mission is to provide a real sense of happiness in the virtual skies. That's what they put on their website. But they do this by providing high-end, high-precision flight controllers and accessories essentially for the everyday enthusiast. Basically, they build stuff that's not going to break. Yeah, it's really good. Like you can break the window over there with it. And then Virtual Fly, they provide certified and non-certified flight simulators for training and entertainment for personal and corporate use. Their high-quality plug-and-fly simulators are built for durable, reliable performance. Virtual Fly also builds simulators that they're not indestructible, but they are indestructible. They use really high quality. Like it's almost like you're like literally in a real aircraft. It's very high quality stuff. It does cost but it's worth. If you want stuff that's going to last for a while and you want high quality equipment, you got Virtual Controls and Virtual Fly. Jetline Systems is their North American distributor for both of those books. So there we go. Once again, thanks for listening. And then I need to plug myself as well. Boom. If you're looking to learn to fly, you're in the Greater Tampa Bay area, especially if you're somebody that if you have time during the middle of the week. I have plenty of people that want to fly on the weekends, but either way, give me a call. If I can't help you, I will definitely look to point you in the direction of somebody that can or some school that can. And I just want to get everybody into the world of aviation. That's one of my personal missions. All right, thanks again for listening, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and invite you to continue to follow us, like us, and hit the bell. If you know of somebody that is starting a small aviation-centric business and wants to practice their public communication skills, reach out to us so we can connect with them and they can practice doing something like this. And we'll help them, they'll help us, and all is right in the world. In the meanwhile, if you have a dream, I encourage you to go get it. Do not quit, do not quit, do not quit. The sky is the limit, and that's all I got today. Just don't quit, my friends. Just don't quit. So, all right, I am out. I am going to leave you guys now.